Saturday morning wax chores. Working on cleaning out this spinner. Clean it out every weekend just to keep it fresh, but more so because of the granulation of the canola honey. I don't see as much granulation going on this clean out as I have others. The spinner has been working very well. We've been putting a lot of honey and wax through it. It's just hardly keeping up. So as we cycle the honey through, it complains a little bit. But then it started complaining quite a bit, forming that chatter. And I figured out what's going on. You can see the wax in here. It's a little bit thicker than I'd like to see it. And see how it's really beaten up, almost into lumps. Pretty hard to press. What's going on is, well, I have a water port, a water jet, and this lubricates my knives as it's spinning inside the drum. And I have it hooked up to my pumps here, my pump switch, so every time the pumps go on, it sends a jet of water through. And that way it's not running continuously. I have a solenoid on this side which regulates the water flow through. I've found out that this jet is plugged, so I have to remove that, clean it out. And it was not lubricating the knives, so it wasn't allowing the wax to be, I don't know, whatever the water does to it, just kind of flakes it a little bit, dries it out, allows the knives to peel it off a lot more efficiently. So as the wax was being pressed against the knife wasn't adequately cutting it. It was just tending to ball it up before it dropped it down. And we kind of see it in our pan down here, how everything's just kind of balled up as it falls down. And that was causing pressure on the knives and causing vibration until the knives were able to relieve the wax congestion, and then it quietened down a bit. So that's how important this water jet is. It just lubricates the knives, loosens up the wax, allows it to powder it off. So in typical fashion, I'm cleaning out the drum into my Finlay wax melter. Just love this thing. Certainly isn't as clean as it was when I first got it, but this thing's just cooking all the time, all day, all night. We drop wax into it all through the production day, melts it down, carried as her morning wax chores, keeps it from the drum. This allows us to process our own wax here very efficiently. Can't say enough about this thing. Super efficient. When we're through the clean out, we're pressing out the slum. We turn it off, right, to cool it off as we press it down through the water. Carrie forgot to take the lid off to cool it off, come back the next morning and it was still liquid. So this thing maintains itself with very little input. Very happy with it. The only thing I've changed since I first got it is I used to run an oil bath, like in the water jacket. I used to run canola oil, as I do in my heat exchanger and my knives. The reason why I run oil is, well, the heat exchanger, the water, if you have hard water or whatever, it pits the stainless steel on the inside and then you'll have a continual leak. Oil doesn't do that. Oil is a better conductor for heat and such, more efficient. And if it freezes, it doesn't bugger everything up. So I did the same with this, but it just kept burning out my elements. So I finally did take the oil out, dropped it out, put in some water and just a touch of antifreeze. But that's how I'm running it now. Very happy with the setup. I just have my little crane, pull it out, over top of the melter, chip it out of the drum into the wax melter, back into its place, and let it start cooking again. So here's my Saturday morning. kind of enjoying myself. Robbing season is in full swing right now. My yard is a cloud of bees. Seems like every year we need to be reminded, just as robbing season comes in, and how we have to change our work habits. That door isn't even latched properly up there. I have my dead outs in there. 2 pallets of brood boxes. Holy smokes. Ah! Look at that. So I'm gonna have to So tonight I will release the bees just at dusk, and then I'm gonna have to put a tarp and seal the back doors here. And I'm gonna move this trailer over there in the field, in the pasture. This one I'm gonna fill up with boxes. It's not quite full, but I've sealed the back of this door with a tarp so they can't get at it as easy. But as soon as I get this stuffed right full, then I'm gonna seal it completely in the back and move this trailer out, just so there isn't an attraction of bees to the yard here. Just a linger of bees flying everywhere. So this is more than just my honey house bees. This is the yards around me finding me. Every beekeeper knows how it feels. We just kind of get out of control, and we just got to rein things back in. Made my way back to one of the yards that we originally set boards in. So this has been about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is the 4th day. These boxes could easily be pulled, but we're going to do that on Monday. Chock right full, honey. That's the way I like to see them. But what I'm concerned about right now is whether or not these colonies are in dearth or not. I'm pulling up these frames. This one just has a little bit of nectar stored in it. And I work my way through, there's nothing. We're on the patties, that's good to see. Nice brood pattern. We have pollen, stored honey. Absolutely no open feed.